Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer. So, the kingdom's not exactly in shambles. Things are going okay. We're going to be raided non-stop by Greenskins for another 10 turns, but I'm counting this right here as a partial victory. Musalon burned to the ground. It is a smoking hole, and that is exactly how Manan would want it. Is that the name of my god, Manan? Or is it Manate? I don't know. There's a lot of vowels in it. There's a lot of A's. Okay, so what are we doing with our money here? We're making okay money, but we have to get our treasury up to 10,000. Is the best thing to do just to wait?
Lord of Bretonia.
Probably. I'm also going to step out of the capital so that our public order will plummet, so that Greenskins will spawn, so that we can fight them. Oh, actually, we could change the commandment too, couldn't we? What do I want to do here? I could focus on growth. That's actually not crazy, because Bordeleaux is going to be a lot more effective when we can have the Bordeleaux port upgraded all the way. Yeah, okay. Or do I want research rate or maybe tax rate? Our income is low enough that maybe the tax rate isn't really the best play. Okay, now I know we could make a vineyard. The vineyard gives growth and control. It does not directly give money, so never mind. This building has already been constructed in this province. Constructing another may not provide. Okay, it says that because it's a recruitment building that we already have access to, but it would still give us the money, I'm sure. So how much is it to build a farm? It is 980. It would give us value back in 4 turns. We don't really want to be constructing a lot of farms, though, since our long-term plan is to go this way. Yeah, we'll just wait. We'll just wait and fight Greenskins. This is a fine way to generate money. What's up? A defensive alliance, and you'll give me money. Awesome. I don't know. I don't think we want to go to war with a lot of our neighbors. I think we're going to sit around and be friendly. It's a strange change from all of the things we've been doing in our other playthroughs.
Do you wish the lady's favor?
I'm just seeing who else is willing to give me better terms. Okay, every treaty you can get usually a little bit more positive attitude modifier. Also,
Welcome, friends. Let's hope we can come to an accommodation.
it's not impossible that we could make some chivalry by going to the south and fighting with the Tillians and the Astalians, and having access to Carcassonne's land will be helpful in that. Although I guess we could have just sailed around them. It wouldn't have been a big deal.
The lady grants you safe passage in these lands.
There you go. See, he even said safe passage. Okay, I feel pretty good about that. I feel like sitting around feels weird, but I think it's right. Alright, let's take a couple hundred gold off of these guys. Might be able to clip a turn off of the quest. Plus, it is worth some XP to fight them. Bigger bobbins are better bobbins. That makes sense. I don't 100% know what a bobbin is, but can you think of a thing where bigger isn't better? Hurricanes, I guess, but yeah, okay, there's like a lot of things. The point is, I don't think bobbins are... What is this? Let's be distracted from the stupid thing I said. What's all this? Your deeds in noble and glorious battle have attracted the fey and ancient lady, who has seen fit to bless you with her favor as a reward for your heroism. You shine now with newfound radiance. Let no foe block your path. With the lady as your sword and shield, brook no resistance, and strike down evil in her name. Your army has gained the blessing of the lady. That could be more explicit. Why doesn't that have a tooltip? Is it in my little effects area? It is. Oh, it's this thing. Huh, so apparently there's a lot of ways to get this 20% physical resistance buff, but apparently it's the whole army now has physical resistance? That seems bananas. That seems really good. So you just win battles and occasionally the lady shows up and makes your army invincible? That seems really, really good. This effect will be lost if the army retreats, though. Okay. There's a lot of strictures on our conduct here, I'm noticing. So do we want to... Yeah, let's keep pushing forward. I was thinking we could veer off maybe and pick up some more Vow, but we're not recruiting any knights, so... I'll get more vows when it actually helps me to get more vows. Now, I'm using both of these paladins as fighting heroes. They're not really, we don't really have a good assassin or anything, although I guess assassination maybe isn't all that chivalrous. Okay, yeah, we made a good amount of money on that. I think that cut down our, what do you call it? Our number of turns to quest completion. So recruitment cost -10 on all forces. Or I'm going to take the research rate first. Remember that the income from industry bonus isn't actually doing anything for us yet. We currently have no income from industry. Why did my it seems like my money went down. Right? Wasn't I making like 800 a turn before? What happened? Did I lose a trade route somewhere, maybe? Maybe somebody's stuff got interrupted, somebody's settlement got lost or something? I don't know. I know that the payout value for the settlement went down briefly because it was being raided. Okay, I can be in Bordeleaux and it'll still have minus... Yeah, okay, we'll take the increased regen, because our paladins are actually taking a lot of damage. I'm assuming they are fighting from the front lines, which I appreciate, but it would be really great if they didn't die. Feel free to go in second, guys. I'm not saying don't go in, it's just, you know, be smart. But now we're back to 839. Oh, it's because I moved Alberic's army across the line between the two regions. Or he has to be close to the port city and not in the... Oops, I hit manual. That was... Okay, well, that's fine. We'll fight it. I was thinking too much about the thing I was saying and not about the buttons I was clicking on. That's fine, we'll fight it. Actually, this is probably good because we can manage our paladins manually and prevent them from just charging face first into huge groups of orcs. It looks to me like this should be pretty easy. They have spears, but those spears are being held by goblins. They have 2 units of archers, which will not be effective. I guess, I was going to say... Greenskin archers have poor accuracy and don't do a lot of damage, but the morale effect of being fired on is a real thing, and while a lot of units would just deal, our peasant units probably will waver under even a small amount of range fire, because peasants are, I mean, they're peasants. It's not their fault. Let's be clear. I'm going to talk a lot of shit about how good peasants are at things over the course of this campaign. It's not their fault. The thing they're supposed to be good at is farming, and they are good at farming. This would be like making fun of the paladin for not being good at farming. You know, it's just not his job, man. Can't all be good at everything. Although I guess some of the... I've absorbed a little bit of lore sort of by osmosis, just sort of being in places where people are talking about Warhams, and I guess the Bretonnians have some guys that are like actual demigods, like you get the blessing of the Grail, and it actually does kind of make you an inhuman, good at everything, you know. So I guess you can be good at everything, but you need, you know, you need the actual literal Holy Grail. Alright, I don't have a great plan here. Is this the first manual battle that I've done this campaign? I can't even remember. I recorded the first episode some time ago. I guess let's all just like move forward. This is not like... I somehow missed those dudes. We have to move on them. They are not compelled to move on us, unfortunately. Actually, why don't we... Let's try to move up to here. Let's try not to be fighting them up a hill. And they're not going to come to us. We don't need cavalry flank. So my plan here is we're going to walk up onto the high ground so that they don't have a high ground advantage. I expect that as we begin to crest the hill, they will do something. They have their archers hidden in this forest and stuff. They were probably hoping we would just advance into the forest. They'd be able to fire on us as soon as we came close to it, and then... but I'm not going for that. And we're going to take it slow. There's no reason for anybody to be tired. Currently running the battle at 4x speed. So the spears... what the goblin spears will do is, first of all, the goblin spears probably have bonus versus large, which means that they will do extra damage to the cavalry. But remember, that's extra damage relative to what a goblin does to a normal unit, so it's probably still pretty bad. But the other thing that they will do is our cavalry will not get their charge bonus if they charge into the goblin spears, at least if the goblin spears are set in place. So we do want to be a little bit cautious. Okay, here we go. They're forming up. They're not... Looks like they're maybe not actually going to do anything. So just make a great big block of cavalry. We have a pretty good potion of speed here. It's a good thing for a cavalry lord to have. So, like, the charge is just going to be brutal, right? The poor paladins can't really participate. But I would expect if we can get the spears either to break under ranged fire, which I totally expect will be possible, or if we can get the what do you call it? If we can get the spears to just die or be wounded enough, we could probably just block charge this cavalry into all of their units and like totally obliterate them. I guess, is it... I don't need to hit the ranged units first. I'm not afraid of the ranged units. Yeah, you're going to have to do something now. Feel free to open fire anytime, guys. Okay, there we go. Also, the causing a unit to rout in the middle of the enemy formation can be really powerful because of the way that morale cascades around the enemy army. This is a run. Let's go. Let's get around behind them. Are they leaving their archers sort of out in the... I don't know if that's a good idea. I think they're going to find that they're about to have a really rough time here. Alright, let's engage our guys. I'm going to let the paladins sit back a little bit. The paladins are going to... Actually, the paladins are going to engage from the side after battle is sort of met. And I'm going to pull Alberic back. Alberic is in great health. He's on a horse. He's a total monster. He's going to engage Huglug Edbutt, which is a fantastic orc name, directly. But I want to wait until until doing so won't put him in the middle of the enemy army by himself. Okay. They're in far enough. That's good enough. Spell is being cast on me. Do they have wizards? Okay. You don't have to actually wait for the spears to be broken. If you just hit them in the back, they can't really defend against a charge from the back. Honestly, we have way more units of cavalry than we need for the thing that we're about to do. Get in there, guys. Let's do it. Wow, he took half of his health off in the first hit. Holy crap. I want to keep an eye on this battle, but also we have to command these paladins to do stuff. So yeah, their archers are out of the fight. They're already in complete retreat. Our lord has killed their lord. Trivially, took a very small amount of damage doing so. Okay, I think I got a better result there than the auto-resolve was doing. It feels to me like we probably lost very few. Yeah, 13. 13 people. Our named characters took very little damage. Yeah, that was a really good outcome. I'm not going to bother to do that every time, because what a horrible waste. Actually, you know what? I bet I could have I hit end battle really quickly. But I bet we could have used the units of cavalry to manually mop up their fleeing units and end up doing a lot more damage than what's done here. That's definitely something I should do, and something that's one of those things when I said I don't really know how to use cavalry in this game. That's one of those things that I don't think about in time, but that's a really important thing to do. Because when you just hit end battle, it does simulate... you know, the rest of the battle with the enemies trying to run off the battlefield, and your units trying to catch them. But a human is way better at doing that kind of sweeping than the Total War AI is. So good work, everybody. The Foot Squires got more than twice as many kills as any other unit, including the Knights. So that's fairly impressive. These Foot Squires seem to be great. And we'll have to at some point compare their stats to other infantry units. Alright, we've killed Hoglug Edbutt, and we've got a Dawnstone. Probably one of our paladins could be equipping this Dawnstone. Oh, hey, a Warhorse. Awesome. Do you want to, like, have some gear, maybe? Here, physical resistance is good. That's a good thing. And Alberic is going to pick up... Ooh, wait. Alberic can become a flying unit. That's way better than Lightning Strike right now. My experience with flying units is that they are amazing. Yeah, see, the Paladins take way more damage from that when I auto-resolve. Hey, we did it. 10,000. Also, gained by winning offensive battles. Wow, these traits scale up and... Wow. Plus 10% weapon strength, man. Gained by... This... Boy, we have good traits. Alberic is accumulating so much chivalry. Alberic alone is worth so much chivalry. Alright, how many turns are left on this? 6, so we're going to get another... maybe 3 rebellions out of it? That's pretty cool. This actually is working just fine. So we're going to have to hit end turn here. And Leoness has not resettled Mousillon yet, so we might be able to go up there and do that as this greenskin incursion thing comes to an end. Oh, wow. That's a cool trait. Just +5 control. And all you have to do for it is really need +5 control. Alright, so we moved our quest forward. Although funds have been raised and a search party deployed, the results are as thin as a peasant in winter. Alberic feels the clawing miasma of failure seeping in and his questing dreams evaporating. However, when all seems lost, a suspicious man arrives in Bordeleaux, offering information on the whereabouts of the thieves. As these men always do, however, he seeks a price for the knowledge, in gold or silver. So you can pay him off for 3,500 money. I want to use this money for stuff. Or we could torture the informant. Boy, I don't think that torture is a good way to get information out of people. I think that history, especially recent history, has shown that this is not actually effective as an information gathering tactic. However, this is a video game, and I would rather... I mean, our whole thing is accumulating chivalry, but we're pretty good at accumulating chivalry. And I want to use this money for stuff. So let's do something horrible. With his lips now loosened, the stranger reveals he is part of a confederacy of thieves hired to steal the artifacts. While their employer is keen to remain anonymous, no good thief is without his ways. He and his companions have discovered that they were hired by a rogue knight, one with a grievance against Alberic that he was willing to settle by any means necessary. Alberic has heard of the roaming brigands that plague Estalia, but he had no idea they were so personally committed to his own misfortune. The Duke is enraged. They were under his very nose, and he had no idea. Well, he shan't be falling foul of them again. Forces must be raised, and this scourge put to the sword of justice. Deploy a paladin in Estalia. So Estalia is down here. Yeah, this area is Estalia. So I didn't really want to run a whole army down there. I guess we just grab one of our paladins and send him out. Tristan is a better fighter. So Jason, you get to undergo a voyage. For Bretonia. Okay, let's build some stuff, huh? First of all, definitely upgrading the port. Secondly, we are 1 turn off of another point of population surplus, but that's not the point that we need to upgrade this. So maybe I should just take the Aquitaine upgrades so that I can build more... I can build a windmill. Upgrade our farming stuff. And also let's make... So the weaving... The industry/farm split is by region, not by province. So we could go for a weaving house here. But we do need growth really badly. And this would also be a lot of money because we already have several trade agreements. Adding wine to our list of trade resources would help us out there. Right now we're trading at 298. Let's see what it changes to when this finishes. 298. I'm going to totally remember that number for sure. Okay.
Death to the enemy.
This is nice because they'll retreat toward the city now. So the second fight should be even less dangerous than it has been the last couple of times. Yeah, we get to the garrison under the control of Hefler le Maréchal? Marechal? I don't know. I guess I should be using a French, an understanding of the French language group when trying to pronounce stuff, but here's a spoiler. I don't really know that much about French. I know, it's shocking. Okay, lightning strike. Then we'll start picking up the growth. Actually, that was a mistake. Oh, he gained 2 skill points. I should have just gone straight for Steward of the Realm. We don't need lightning strike right now. We just need it eventually. Alright, we're really gonna want to take Marienburg after we finish settling the thing that's going on down here. So I think armor over melee defense, since armor is also useful against ranged attacks. Sorry, did you just say have a faceful? What does that mean? What are you trying to say, Jason? You got something you need to get off your chest? Alright, that's what I thought. Trade is now 308. The money seems to fluctuate small amounts for reasons that are beyond my control. Alright, now the vineyard is completed, so let's see what we get. That number is much larger. A great migration comes to our borders, demanding shelter from larger threats abroad. Do we let them cross into our territory? If we do, we'll lose some control, but we'll also gain growth and lose have recruitment costs drop. I think we can manage this. Oh wait, like the growth is really valuable. Yeah, trade went up to 700. Adding a new trade good is valuable. So we can get our wine production up and our growth and our control. But I think we want to do this, right? We want to like try to cap out this farm line. We do probably have to build walls here eventually, because beastmen can pop up anywhere. But I think for now, let's focus on building out that farm line. And we have enough population. You know what? Let's just finish the growth of Aquitaine. Then we can refocus everything on Bordeleaux for the future. Alright, we'll have one more rebellion. Ooh, maybe even 2. So basically, I don't think it's safe to go north to Mousillon just yet. And did I move you this turn already? I did not. Paladin indeed. So he just has to deploy in Estalia, right? The province, not the region. Yeah, okay, so he's there now. Let's do it. Lower their public order. I'm not even sure what he's doing. Maybe he's just giving grand speeches about how much their leaders suck. Okay, we did it. Get 500 money. Albrecht is encamped in Estalia. That's not correct. And word moves fast across the land that a renegade duke has come to settle a score. Someone with a personal grievance against him. The duke had heard of the roaming brigands that plague Estalia, but he had no idea they were so personally committed to his own misfortune. The proverbial gauntlet is thrown harshly to the ground, challenging the weak and ineffectual Albrecht to face an army on the field of battle and decide who is the better knight once and for all. The Duke, naturally, is not prepared to back down. Enraged, he raises a force to put this scourge to the sword of justice. There's like a lot of repeated text between this one and the last one. And this gets us our trident, in addition to 20 chivalry. So, okay, reinforcements expected. I was going to say, that seems like a pretty bad army. He does have some Knights of the Realm. We'll want to swell our army a little bit and make sure everybody recovers and get our other paladin back as well.
Hero of Britannia.
Yes, you're very heroic. We're all extremely impressed with you. Sorry, did he say Des?
The lady wills it.
I wonder if people are familiar enough with the producers to get that reference. Okay, Alberic is a hero, no doubt. Plus 20% weapon strength. This particular trait is scaling up really well. And I really like that with these guys, they tell you explicitly what got you the trait. I mean, usually it's pretty clear, but it's I like the explicitness of it. I almost always prefer that mechanics be explicit when possible. So you've got 2 more turns of this? Yes, there'll be 1 more rebellion to put down, which is, again, this is just like good XP and good money. I guess this is the purpose. So this didn't happen, right, when I played in co-op. The Greenskin incursion thing never occurred. And it left me kind of aimless at the beginning of the game. I really wasn't sure what to do. So maybe these guys are just like, as strange as it sounds, maybe Bordeleaux is way more effective as a force when they can be constantly fighting Greenskin throughout the early part of the game. Let's really push growth hard here. I'd like to get Bordeleaux maxed out pretty quickly so that we can get the rest of our recruitment buildings up. Do I need to put walls up in Aquitaine? Well, I mean, it's either put walls up or, like, leave an army here forever, I guess. Okay, we can upgrade this, which is only 50 more money, but does give us access to fancier bows. Yeah, let's do it.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
Okay, we want to be on this side of the rebel spawn. The rebels have spawned right here every single time. We want to be on this side so that as we pursue them, we're pursuing them northward. In fact, maybe even over here. So that after we fight them, it's the shortest possible trip over to Musalam. Because I do want to resettle that now. Oh hey, I passed 200 chivalry. And so we have gained a summon of the Green Knight. These are very limited, so I guess we're going to wait until we're in some actual danger. Where is that paladin? Uh-oh. Not very noble. When a knight cheats at a tournament, it demeans not only himself, but the very ideals of a chivalric Britannia. One of our most heralded knights has been caught locking himself to his horse, preventing his dismount in the joust. Truly he brings shame upon us all. Off with his head, I say. I'm not given this option, but I think I should be. Let's let him know how we feel about this. God damn, this is... Boy, you really get to build up a lot of these traits fighting the early Greenskin incursion. Again, another huge advantage of this event happening. Maybe it's supposed to happen in co-op and I just had a bug or something? Because it really does. Like, it completely changes the game.
Honor before glory.
Alright. Some growth. Okay, Bordeleaux's at 220 when Alberic is here. That's pretty good. So, my options are build walls or build what? Like another growth building. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of other options. I wouldn't want to build an army structure of any kind here because all of our recruiting structures scale up past level 3. So, yeah, it would just be walls, but I'm not going to spend the money. What is this? More orcs. Grungzint is still active. There's a marble here. Unfortunately, because this is a type of settlement that we can't occupy, I think that there's no way for us to benefit from the marble. Ornery Cranktooth. Cracktooth, sorry.
Come and die.
So he's at war with the Empire and Artois, not with Britannia. The opening crawl suggests that Luen wants you to come help him against the Skull Smashers. I think I may have cut that out of the video, I don't remember. So why don't we talk to Artois? Well, hold on. I was going to say, why don't we talk to Artois and see what they will give us for joining their war. But actually what we should do is not do that right now.
Going forth.
Because we have things to do.
My reputation precedes me.
Alright, public order is at plus 11. How much of that is from characters? 13 of it is from characters plus military crackdown, which is to say the things that will change soon. So why don't we reset this to plus control? Now we want to actually hold the region. Unfortunately, we won't be able to enact a commandment in Lyonesse unless we can convince the Lyonesse guys to confederate. So we won't be able to use a control thing to keep Mousillon under control, and I think Mousillon is cursed or something because, you know, all of the vampire. So I believe that there's always going to be some amount of vampiric corruption. I think you can't wipe it out. Somebody told me that. I don't remember where I heard it. Hey guys.
Me, envoys of Britonia.
Yeah, we can be friends, right? Cool. Would you like me to join your war against the Skull Smashers? Likelihood of success moderate, so yeah, we can't even necessarily get a trade agreement for that. Well, screw you. Deal with them yourself then.
My strength and wisdom are yours.
I can't believe Lyonesse didn't come down here and take this.
Yes.
Okay, so Mousillon will be held down as long as we leave our army here, but when we bail out, I'm a little concerned about what's going to occur. Oh wow, the control jumps up really sharply. Once we hit the Bordeleaux wine market, we probably won't have to leave this commandment on.
Defender of the weak, to victory.
I guess it is worth noting that we could leave a paladin in place to improve control in the province. So we could just park a paladin outside of Mousillon and have him deployed for the rest of the game if we had to. Hey, that said, the control structures in the Bretonnian arsenal here seem to affect adjacent provinces, so... Okay, we have our weaving apprenticeships. Let's complete the whole industry part of this tree. Get our money underway, and then I think we're going to probably bounce over to the chivalric code area and start picking up the ability to confederate with our bros. So Mousillon is at plus 17 or plus 22 from our army. So when we leave, this will drop to minus 11. We can build a control building.
Pure of art.
And we're going to have to leave a paladin, probably.
Onwards, then.
Let's go ahead and get on that.
Service is its own reward.
I guess when we upgrade our... Oh no, our chivalry level doesn't give us any control. It's mostly army stuff.
Noble.
Alright, we're going to stay put until we have a couple more units here. Or until we've recovered a little bit. I also have to recruit units. But we'll have the paladin... Actually, I might want to deploy our other paladin as well. And just build up a buffer. Try to get Mousillon up to the highest possible control. So that after we leave, it takes a long time for control to become an issue. Britonia has confederated with Lyonesse. Well, that's inconvenient for me. I was going to try to do that. We're getting 16 a turn. Yeah, it's probably... He doesn't need to be...
Honor is payment enough.
Actually, it doesn't look like they're both even... Yeah, we're only getting plus 5 control from characters. Only 5 more than we were getting before. So it looks like having multiple paladins deployed in the same province doesn't actually even do anything. Well, that's good to know. So we're 3 turns off of being able to upgrade the city center here. We need to have quite a bit of money on hand when that happens. So I guess we're just sitting around, man. We're doing a lot of, like, sitting around and talking to people. It doesn't feel like Warhammer at all. We should probably go fight those orcs. Marienburg and Britannia, okay.
The lords of chivalry demand...
We should do something about Marienburg. Okay, Bohemond, I really need you to let me walk through your lands because I need to get to Marienburg before somebody else takes it over. Do you want me to join your war against the Beastmen? Ah. Okay, they just don't want anything. What's the best path over there? I guess I don't have to go through his land. I could go through Artois.
Of chivalry demand, I hear
What if I offered to join your war? Would you let me walk through your land to prosecute that war? No. Okay, well then, you're all a bunch of jerks. What about you guys? Can I go around?
The lady's favor.
I do, I really do. I love the lady or whatever. Let me walk through your... Ah, neither one of these are working. And I don't really want to use gold to spice up the deals because I want to hold on to my gold and be able to use it for hiring, right? Okay, we probably want to make him a flying unit. Man, it feels like your heroes get flying really early with these guys. Was it so early with the other faction? Or with the vampires? I don't think our lords got flying at all with the orcs. Alright, well, let's just keep developing economically, I guess. Okay, this will give me more growth in adjacent provinces, plus more growth here, plus another 25% income from farms, 25% of 300. So it's, you know, it's not a huge amount. I need this to be able to upgrade the farm all the way, though. Although, I guess I'm not really that compelled to upgrade the farm all the way. Oh, we need a carpenter's workshop in this region to make use of these fancy bows. I guess we'll make sure to build one of those. That's the thing that makes siege weapons, right? Yeah, okay. I was going to make this anyway. Yeah, we're going to need at least 2 regions to be able to build up our whole army tech chain.
Welcome, friends.
Is their opinion of me changing? It is not. So we could just give them some money. I'd have to wait for a little bit more money to accumulate first. We could just give them some money. That's a good way of driving up people's opinion of you. I think we saw that during the... I can't remember if I did that during the vampire game or if I did it during that empire game that I played off camera. On his travels, a knight, by happenstance, has stumbled upon a statue of the lady forged of solid gold. Many in the court suggest we bring it back to the city as a monument, but locals near the forest say it protects them from dark forces. So if we take it from them, we'll get a lot of attack and weapon strength. Wow. And if we leave it, we'll get a lot of leadership and defense. I mean, I like aggressive stats. Okay, we're in pretty good shape. This would be a good time to go marching. You know, we could take Grunzint and then also hit Marienburg while we're over here. If we can just get somebody to let us through.
Let's hope we can.
We can also just walk through, you know, acquire forgiveness instead of permission.
Do you wish the lady's favor?
If we had... okay, you want me to pay you for a defensive alliance. I will do that. And then you'll be like, hey, military access. That makes total sense since we like you so much. How is this? Join my war against the Scalings in exchange for nothing. How about I'll do this if you give me military access? Alright, Jesus. You're killing me with this. I was going to be at war with the Scalings eventually anyway. I doubt it will affect us.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
Alright, so let's grab our paladins.
My
Can we...
reputation precedes me.
Can we leave this region and not have it freak out? And we have a slot, so if we have to, we could build a control building. Although the control buildings do give a pretty small amount of control, don't they? Well, we could stop taxing the province. So, like, let's swing through here. Stop here for a turn, grab 2 more units. I guess...
I will indulge you.
like that. This one is at minus 10. Oof. Let's go ahead and build a tap room. It'll slow the fall. Man, our income is so much better when Alberic is in Bordeleaux. Think about what it's going to be like when we hit Marienburg. Provided, of course, that we can actually take Marienburg. Oh boy, storm clouds gathering in the north. Listen, I think we might actually be able to get away with not having to fight chaos this game. I don't want to jinx myself or anything. But it looks to me like this might be a game where we don't have to fight chaos, at least not to the same degree that we had as the other forces. Man, I'm hopeful. So we're just gonna wait until we can afford this, right? Since we have the population now.
Guardian of Bretonia.
All right, let's go. We're gonna have to go kind of the dumb way around because Artois won't let us walk through their lands. But let's take our 20 stack and go say hello to Grunzint and Marienburg. Actually, we should check real quick. Okay, Marienburg only has their normal 2 provinces. How does the Empire... The Empire has a trade agreement with Marienburg, but no formal... Okay. I don't really want the Empire to turn on us, because the Empire is...
Armored in faith.
They don't start the game very large or powerful, because of the secessionists and everything, but they get pretty scary eventually.
Welcome, friends.
What's up? Military alliance? Absolutely not. I do not accept military alliances anymore. Too many bad experiences with the AI. When the AI is your military ally, they will call on you to join them in their wars. When you're defensive allies with an enemy, with an AI, you just have to, come to their aid if they're attacked. When they're military allies with you, they will attack other people willy-nilly and expect you to join in. And if you don't join in, you will take a long-term diplomatic penalty for being an oathbreaker. So, military alliances seem like a bit of a trap. Especially, I found it is unsafe to have military alliances with more than one force at a time, because every time I have done that, the 2 forces have attacked each other. So Marienburg's not going to be willing to give us military access. That's fine. I don't care how they feel about us. We're gonna just boogie through their land and blow up Grunzint. So who's Grunzint at war with?
So I could smack you when you say something I don't like.
Do you need to smack someone with a chopper? Wouldn't you just chop them with it? Whatever.
Greetings. All you survey are loyal to me, so I advise caution with your next words.
So let's see if we can get somebody to pay us a little bit for this war. He doesn't want to go for a trade agreement or anything. Who's the other force that's at war with them? Artois? Maybe we can get something out of Artois for it. If I'm going to declare war anyway, I may as well get paid.
The lady grants you safe passage in these lands.
And I actually think it's probably more important to have good relations with these guys. Would you pay me? Would you pay me, say, 800 money? Okay, probably not. How about 300 money? Probably not. Okay, never mind. We still get a diplomatic bonus just for fighting their enemy, even without, explicitly coordinating with them first. Ooh, Marienburg has a lot of army. Maybe we're not going to be able to take Marienburg out. But it looks like Grunzint is undefended. And I believe we get a chivalry bonus. No, absolutely not. I believe we get a chivalry bonus when we raise cities belonging to monstrous forces. Right, we saw that with Mousillon. So this will probably be pretty good for us.
For Bretonia.
Yeah, completely trivial because they have no army. I don't even know if they have a surviving army out in the world. This might actually wipe them out. Alright, so sacking this would be bad for our chivalry and wouldn't really give us that much money.
For the lion.
Alright, 30 chivalry. This chivalry stuff is easy. They were not obliterated, so somewhere they have at least one army still standing. Alright, Alberic is at his full economic potential. So it's going to be quite a few turns. I guess we're not necessarily unable to take Marienburg, right? We could summon the Green Knight. I don't know exactly how powerful the Green Knight is, but he's got to be pretty good for him to be such a big deal. We might have to get back to Mousillon. so that we can turn the taxes back on. That might be a thing that's important to do. Let's try to max out our farm in this region. And then this will be the only place in our whole empire that has a maxed out farm for the purpose of letting us have access to the better archers. And we'll go industry everywhere else. Do I want a deal with you? I might have to go south and fight you for great chivalry. We have a trade agreement with Carcassonne. I was kind of hoping that they would be antagonistic. You know what? No. I don't want to make any agreements that I'm going to have to break real soon. Okay, so these guys might like us a little bit more. I would like to...
You safe passage in these lands.
What happened to all that stuff about the lady granting me safe passage? Okay, now can we have military access? 'Cause the thing is, I can save your city. I guess you probably don't need me to do that. Yeah, this sucks. This is a lot of units. He's got some flagellants, which are very low defense, but pretty high damage. And just a bunch of normal troops. My experience with these pistoliers is that they are kind of a bummer. They're good against units that can't catch them, basically, like low armor infantry. But they don't really do meaningful damage against armor, it felt like, and they're bad against other horses. So...
The nation calls.
And here he has a mortar with another similar army composition. So, that's a problem.
Do you wish the lady's favor?
And nobody's at war with these guys? There's no other force that I could manipulate into... No. Shoot.
So
I'm assuming that... Yeah.
the mighty flower of Bretonnia cannot.
You're not part of the Empire, Marienburg. Don't start with me. I was looking to see if Confederation was an option, but no, we can only Confederate with... I guess we don't have any Confederation ability naturally, but we develop Confederation ability through technology, and there's no tech for Marienburg. So what am I going to do here? Moving my army back feels like wasting an opportunity, but I just don't think we can go for this. Ah. Let's just head home. I do wish we could go through Artois. It's a shorter trip, and we get to fight some orcs on the way. Why don't I move up to their border and see if we can negotiate with them in a turn or two? Because they might be willing to.
Your king sends brave men to oppose.
No, still no interest in a trade agreement. So it looks to be like it's not that hard to build up chivalry as long as we keep fighting. So we're gonna have to find something to fight once these orcs are dead.
The laws of chivalry demand I hear you.
That's true, they do. Why don't you remember that? Alright, what if I gave you some money, dude? Like, seriously, you're killing me with this. Here's 500 money. That's a lot of money. Oh my god, you are such a dick. What if it was more like... Oh, I hate to do this. What if it was more like 1,000 money? Wait, offer payment. I demanded money from them. I didn't even... Okay, hold on. Let's try that again. Well, no, you know what? Let's just try this. Okay, so they're really, really, really not interested in my help. Well, fine. I guess we'll just go the long way. Marienburg's going to be super annoyed with all this trespassing, but frankly, I don't care. If they want a war with me, that actually would probably be really helpful, because it would mean that their troops come out of safety. We might be able to defeat them one by one. Oh, wait a second. That's true, though. Alberic does have Lightning Strike. Maybe we could take them? We hit Peter Schumacher outside of town with a Lightning Strike.
Praise Sigma.
Although his random troops are going to be a lot better than mine are.
My strength and wisdom are yours.
Actually, the men-at-arms have pretty good melee attack, decent weapon strength. All the experience we gained fighting all those orcs really helped. And we do have the Blessing of the Lady. Maybe we should turn around and try this thanks to lightning strike. Actually, you know what? Unfortunately, that is probably going to have to be it for this episode. I just looked over at the clock. This also gives me an excuse to do the cowardly thing and save the game right now, and then come back and try this after saving. So that's what we're going to do. That's going to be it for this episode. Come back next time. We're going to try to secure the largest port in the Western Old World. And if it doesn't work out, then we're going to maybe reload the save and play like cowards. No, I'll probably just deal with the consequences. We're going to get through this with some kind of honor. And we'll see you then.